Okay, so instruments you're going to need for the 5-surface amalgam tabletop session is obviously an extractor tooth. What you can do is you can mount it. What I've done here is we've mounted it and I actually put the teeth into some triad just because they move. If you are just doing a single tooth, I recommend you can do it just like this, but the problem is that the band, our automatrix or even Toffemar, slides down. Slides apically down the tooth, so it doesn't stay seated. So I recommend putting it in some putty or some sort of acrylic or anything that just gives an apical stop for the band. So you need your extracted tooth. Basics, you'll need an explorer, burnisher to burnish the margins. Burnish your Toffemar if you're putting it in a contact, if you're burnishing the contact area, interproximal contacts. Discoid, cleoid, this is actually really helpful. So those are pretty classic, but this is called a Clapson. It's used for large amalgam removal. That's useful. This is probably by far the most useful for these. It's called an interproximal carver. This one's called by Hugh Freedy. This is a Charlie Victor Whiskey India 86, so it's a CVWI 86. You'll see how it's used. It's really helpful. Get a 1/2-3. These are pretty classic. Set of cotton pliers, large and small amalgam pluggers, and a mirror. I just use that to open the amalgam. So if you're practicing with Automatrix, which I recommend because it's the easiest system to use versus using a Toffemar for these amalgams, you'll need the wrench and you'll need the cutters, and then obviously you need some amalgam. You'll need like 5 or 6. I think these are single spills, and then an amalgam carrier. Now resist the temptation to take that ball of amalgam and place it into your preparation because it will fracture. You're just trying to speed it up, but you're slowing yourself down. And then obviously if you're doing it with some interproximal